Hi there, Sangeeta. Let's take a look at this essay you have sent us. Okay, it's a task 2. The topic is about staying in the same job or switching jobs. Here's what you said. Okay. While few people believe in continuing in the same place, which they joined as a young adult, through their lifetime, I believe everyone should change their jobs at least once or preferably more times during their career. Okay. Let's talk about that sentence a little bit. There are a few problems, one of which is all of the commas. You don't need all those commas in English. In fact, there is a trend in modern English nowadays to use only the commas that are absolutely necessary in order to provide meaning. So a lot of these commas were misplaced. Apart from that, I don't think you meant few people in that first line, because few people means almost none, while a few means some. All right, so let's try this again without all the commas. In fact, let's just assume we're taking away all the commas, and then I'll tell you where you might need one or two. So I would change the word few to some, first of all. So let's try it again. While some people believe in continuing in the same workplace, yeah, this is a problem too. Let's try it again. Okay. While some people believe in continuing in the same workplace they have had since young adulthood, I believe everyone should change their jobs at least once or preferably more times during their career. Okay? So, basically, you would only need one comma. And you can see I had to change some of the rent language around because this was really rather awkward. Okay? So that's how you would fix that sentence. Continuation in the same place of work gives a sense of safety, promise of a good future, and top jobs. However, the same can be achieved by job hopping, sometimes at a much younger age. In addition to this, people end up learning new sets of skills at a new place. Okay, careful with this word place. This word place in general is really to be avoided in IELTS essays. It's very vague. It would have been okay if you had said workplace, but just place on its own doesn't really tell us much about anything, okay? Okay, so in today's world where you don't need a, again, no comma. So in today's world where people super specialize in extremely small, exclusive fields, changing workplaces early in one's, apostrophe S, career exposes youngsters, you don't mean youngsters because youngsters means children. So young adults, young people, that would be fine. To a variety of new experiences, which need not be just profession related. It improves an employee's ability to deal with a variety of situations and crisis management skills. Moreover, you end up having contacts with a lot of people across the spectrum, therefore improving your professional network. Capital W. While job safety is often cited as a concern for not switching jobs, I believe no one's job is secure today anyway. The anyway goes at the end. Even giants like Mindtree, Google, Jet Airways, McAfee, and Flipkart, ones considered safe bets, laid off their employees recently. Job safety is a mirage. Illusion feels like it's the better word here, but in general I like that. It is better to time your career wisely and grab an opportunity whenever it presents and switch, ensuring you get a raise and promotion or at least the job satisfaction from it. Here you don't, at least, or at the least, job satisfaction from it. Okay, fine. On the other hand, supporters of a single workplace advocate, no comma, you can climb up the ladder faster when you stay on. When you stay on where? At the same place of business. Also, workers get rewarded by you're missing an A here, a variety of perks like bonuses, fringe benefits, and even company shares in a few software setups for their loyalty. Over the years, workers become familiar with the system and figure out kinks faster, improving efficiency. Nevertheless, all these are still not guaranteed by just staying in one place. I, for example, have changed multiple jobs over the years and have learned new, not stuff. Also, it's stuff like place. It's very vague, so avoid it. Okay. I have learned new skills at every place, comma, making me confident that I can deal with any situation professionally. I have also advanced in my career and improved my pay grade. Conversely, my brother stayed on in the same software company for 15 years from the time of his post-graduation years. Full stop. New sentence. While he did achieve salary hikes and fringe benefits, he was one of the first to be let go when the company downsized because of his seniority and higher pay scale. Safety does not exist just because you are loyal. Thus, it is better to change jobs before you get fired. Okay. In conclusion, staying in the same job has its advantages. However, you need some word of contrast here. I think it is better to change course before we are rendered redundant. Okay. So, let's talk about the good news first. The good news is that you really had some interesting ideas. You had some interesting examples. You had some interesting personal references to use in this essay. So all that was really very good. It definitely felt like a well-developed essay. In fact, it looks like it's really rather long. I don't know if it took you 40 minutes. I hope it didn't take you any longer than 40 minutes because you really need to, let's see, yep, 433 words. So, it's very developed. And again, I don't know how long it took you to do this. That's something that would interest me. Now let's talk about what might have been a little problematic, okay? Now, in your first body paragraph, there was this little connection that you made that felt a little awkward to me. So, here, right here, in the middle of the paragraph, you say, moreover, you end up having contacts with people across the spectrum, therefore improving your professional network. While job safety is often cited as a concern for not switching jobs, I believe no one's job today is secure. You said something like that. Anyway, I felt that this was a little awkward. You needed to have some sort of a link here. Just something showing that you're presenting a new argument. I think that's what was missing. So, something along the lines of, furthermore, while jobs, maybe that's all you needed here, and it looks like something happened here because this is not capitalized. Let's see. Another thing you could have done is you could have used these nice little signposts for your main ideas by using something like firstly and secondly. So if you had used firstly when you presented your first main argument, and then secondly here, it would make sense and it'd be clear, like, okay, now we're talking about another idea. That job safety is cited as a reason that we don't switch jobs, but really that's just a myth. It's a mirage. It's an illusion. Okay, which is what I think was a better word here. So, it is better to time your career wise and grab an opportunity. Okay, that's fine. Now, in this next paragraph, you did something different. You kind of switched gears. Okay, so look what you did. You talked about the benefits of staying on at the same job. And then you said, yeah, even though all that is true, my experience is different. And then you talked about your experience. And then you talked about your brother's experience. So what happens is sometimes they say use examples and personal experience to support your arguments. And you did that. But what happens is that you run into this risk of just making it all about personal anecdote, and then it loses some of its academic quality. So you have to be careful here. It's almost like it becomes almost, I want to say, too conversational to some extent. So What you could do instead is just make it a little more impersonal, maybe leave out a couple of the details, which wouldn't have been a tragic thing because, like I said, you already developed it really well, and just make it sound a little more academic than, oh, hey, you know, here's our tale of woe and what happened to my brother who got sacked after X numbers of years. Okay? So that's more or less my feedback. I've spent a long time on this essay today, but I wanted you to know where I think its strengths are and what its weaknesses are. It's good, but it does need a little support. It does need to be kind of reined in, I think, because while you've got some good ideas, you sometimes kind of get carried away with some of them. So that's what's a little bit of a concern to me, and that it doesn't really feel focused. Okay, and it's really important for these essays to be focused on exactly what they're asking you and to be cohesive. So a lot of good elements again, but it does need a little help. So what I really would like to see from you is signing up either for more corrections with us. So there are packages available that you can sign up for, or perhaps if you have a little more time and you can dedicate some time to it, the online course would be a wonderful option for you because it provides a structure that will absolutely help you improve your essays and make them absolutely cohesive. So hopefully that's something to look into. I look forward to seeing more of your essays, whether you sign up for the essay corrections alone or the online course, which will give you tons of information on everything. All right, good luck to you, and looking forward to seeing more of your essays.